Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a ton of new information to go over. We have new events and updates for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Go. We also have new updates for Nintendo. There's a lot of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the new 7-star raid event that was just announced for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We have HDvee here tweeting out, saying, HDvee update, the next 7-star Tera raid battle has been fully revealed. Battle against Poison Tera type Swampert. Now this runs from the 31st of May through to the 2nd of June, and then again a week later from the 7th of June through to the 9th of June. And I'm assuming in the second run from the 7th of June to the 9th of June we'll probably have Blissey raids as well in 5-star raid events, where you can obviously get a lot of Tera shards and XP candy and stuff like that. But yeah, Swampert is the next 7-star raid event, so still no legendary Pokemon, but it is another starter Pokemon. I feel like they're just going to do starters now until they've all been done. There's not that many left. This is a quick raid build that could work. This is from Christopher, saying quick build 1, Slowbro Leftovers, ability Oblivious, Tera type Water, EV's 252 HP, 252 special attack, and 4 in special defense. Calm Nature with Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Slack Off, and Stored Power. And then this image kind of shows all of the 7-star raid events we've had so far. We still have not had one for Electric or Dark. I'm also not sure what starter Pokemon are left. Obviously, we've had all the Generation 1 starters. We've had all of the Generation 2 starters, barring Feraligatr, I believe, looking at this image. Generation 3, we're going to have them all apart from Sceptile. Generation 4... I believe we've had, not many of them, we've not had Infernape. Torterra doesn't look like it's on this list either. And then obviously we have had Piplup. I'm pretty sure I remember a Napoleon raid. Yeah, that was Ice. Generation 5, we've obviously had Samurott. We've had Hisuian Samurott and regular Samurott. I don't remember us having Emboar though. I can't see Emboar on the list. And I can't remember us battling Superior either. So Generation 5, we've not had many from that. Generation 6, we've had all of those. We've had Chestnut, Delphox, and Greninja. Generation 7, we've had Primarina. We've also... I'm pretty sure we've had most of the Generation 7s. In fact, I don't actually think we have. We haven't had Incineroar. We've had Decidueye. It doesn't look like we've had Incineroar. Generation 8, we've had Cinderace. We've also had the Grass. And I believe we've also had Water as well. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, we did. We had an Ice type. For the Water, and then Generation 9, obviously we've not had any of those raids, so there's not many left. There's a couple from Gen 5, one from Gen 2, one from Gen 3, and so yeah, those are the 7-star raid events we've had. So I'm assuming they're just going to go through all the starters, and then once they've done all of those, they might go on to legendaries, because let's say there's like 5 starters left they haven't done. That's another, what, 10 weeks of raids. So that'll take us into, obviously, a little bit later on into the year. But then what are they going to do? If we've already had all the starters, surely they're not just going to rerun them all. That would be absolutely awful. But yeah, maybe they'll do legendaries after. Who knows? Anyway, that's the 7-star raid event announcement. Moving on, we also have some pretty big Pokemon Go updates to go over today as well, with the return of Mega Rayquaza. So we have HDvee here tweeting out saying, HDvee update, Niantic have revealed the name for the next Pokemon Go season. It's called Shared Skies, and it goes from the 1st of June to the 3rd of September. I'm not really sure why it doesn't go from the 1st to the 1st, because I'm sure that's when they usually do them, so I'm assuming something's happening around the 1st of September, which is why they're not doing, like, you know, from the 1st to the 1st. Either way, the next event is called Shared Skies, and this is a promotional video that they did drop with it, so obviously this is a return of, like, all the Ultra Beasts and stuff like that. We've obviously already had, like, Stack Attack, Cephalon, a couple of other Ultra Beasts returning in raids. But we do have Buzzwole, Pheromosa here. I mean, it's all of the 7-star. I mean, it's all of the Ultra Beasts. We've already had Katana there as well. We're getting Lunala and Solgaleo because of the Necrozma Go Fest. We've got Guzzlord here. We have Naganadel and Xurkitree. We also have Mega Rayquaza as well, returning to Pokemon Go. This is probably going to be a raid day or something like that, similar to how we had Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. This is really, really cool, though, because Mega Rayquaza is one of the, if not the best Pokemon in the game, especially for, like, Dragon and Flying types and stuff. And it's just a really, really good mon to have. So, really happy that this is dropping. Also, it's got the best shine in the game as well, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's really cool that this is dropping. I'm not sure what the raid day is going to be. It's probably going to be the June raid day. But, yeah, seeing as we have Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, it's called Shared Skies, and they literally have Mega Rayquaza in the video. all but confirms that that Mega Rayquaza is going to be returning in Pokemon Go. So that's obviously really, really cool. Moving on, we also have new updates regarding the Pokemon Company sales figures. And there's some really interesting information on this, but we have HDvee here tweeting out saying, HDvee note, the Pokemon Company have put out new figures on their corporate website. So as of March 2024, over 480 million software sold, an increase of 10 million, and over 64.8 billion cards produced, an increase of 11.9 billion over the last year, which is absolutely ridiculous. They also noted that they had an error in last year's numbers for video games, listing it as 480 million when it was supposed to be 470 million, hence why the number looks the same. But this is also really, really interesting as well. 18% of all Pokemon cards ever produced were produced in the last calendar year. So nearly a fifth of every single Pokemon card that was ever produced over the span of nearly 30 years was produced in the last calendar year, which is that's just how big the Pokemon TCG is now. Also, it also goes into kind of show like how it's kind of moved as well in terms of like back in the day, cards like from previous sets were also obviously rare, but now they're also rarer because there was just not many of them. Now in the newer sets, in like Scarlet and Violet, and you know the latter stages of the Sword and Shield sets, they're not going to be as rare because they're producing so many more of them. You know, 20% of all Pokemon cards ever produced were produced in the last calendar year. So, if you're trying to invest in Pokemon cards, I mean, obviously I have no idea, but a lot more people are going to have those cards. You know, if you think you've got a rare card, yeah, it is still rare of a set, but a lot of other people are going to have that card as well. But either way, very, very interesting numbers to say the least. Moving on, we have some new Nintendo updates to go over as well, which I guess is good news for the Switch 2 in one way, shape, or form. But either way, we have Go Nintendo tweet here tweeting out saying the Switch surpasses the Nintendo DS, making it Japan's best-selling game hardware of all time. So this was posted on Go Nintendo, saying we have a new #1. Switch surpasses Nintendo DS, making it Japan's best-selling game hardware ever. So the Switch has brought Nintendo so many accolades that it's hard to keep track of. Sales records busted, software sales have hit new highs, the achievements just go on and on. Today, it gives Nintendo one more victory, but it's perhaps the biggest one yet. The Nintendo Switch currently sits at 32,903,701 units sold in Japan alone. That figure is enough to beat out the Nintendo DS, which sold 32,864,129 units in the region. The DS was Japan's previous record holder for best-selling game hardware, and now that crown has been passed over to the Switch. So obviously this is really good news because originally, when the Nintendo Switch was kind of being made, a lot of third-party developers just weren't that bothered about it. They all thought it was going to flop, just like the Wii U did, and so they weren't really wanting to kind of produce games for it. Obviously, Sega and stuff were like a little bit different. Sega kind of went all in for the Switch, and obviously they reaped the rewards as well because the Switch did so well. But now, with the information that obviously the Switch is the best-selling console in Japan of all time, and it's almost likely going to be the best-selling console of all time in the world as well. It's probably going to beat the PS2 in the next year. It's just kind of going to spark a lot more interest from third-party developers, and then be like, okay, fair play, we messed up on the Nintendo Switch, but for the Switch 2, we know that people are going to want to get this console because its predecessor did so well. You know, we're just going to throw our games at it. So it's just going to make more games available for the Nintendo Switch. There's already been rumors of like Microsoft and Sony and stuff also wanting to produce more games for it. And other, obviously, not that they're third-party developers, you know what I mean, like other third-party developers as well that weren't originally working on Nintendo Switch are also going to be adding stuff there as well. It's going to be a lot more ports, remakes, remasters. Obviously, Nintendo have just taken hold of, I can't remember what the company was, but they specialized in like third-party remasters and remakes and ports and stuff like that. So a lot more games I think are going to be dropping for the Nintendo Switch 2 when it does finally come out next year. And yeah, I think the lineup is going to be super, super strong. Not only with most likely going to be Legend ZA, a new third-party, a new Mario 3D kind of open-world game. And there's going to be so many other games available for as well. So really, really exciting times for Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch 2. The craziest thing about all this is that the Nintendo DS hit its 32 million plus mark at the very end of its life. This was the final tally when all sales were said and done. The Switch has managed to surpass that mark while it still has plenty of life in it. For example, the Switch sold another 40,000 units in Japan this week alone. Switch is the undisputed #1 in Japan, but now the question is just how high can the tally go? So yeah, I mean, obviously people are going to be still buying the Switch when the Switch 2 comes out. There's not going to be as many people doing it, but the numbers are going to get higher and higher and higher. It's definitely going to hit 40 it's definitely going to hit around 35 million in my opinion, probably, maybe, which obviously would be, I don't know what the PS2 kind of total is, but either way, the Switch, smashing it. Good news for the Switch 2. Hopefully lots of good games coming for the Switch 2 as well, because of the kind of success of the Nintendo Switch. Moving on, we have one more final update for the video, and this is also about Nintendo, all about San Francisco. So if you're around the San Francisco area, some good news heading your way. So we have Go Nintendo tweet here announcing that Nintendo announces plans for official store in San Francisco. So the West Coast gets some love. So Nintendo of America today announced plans to open an official store in San Francisco's iconic Union Square, providing a way for a wide range of visitors from near and far to experience the world of Nintendo, its products, and its characters. The store, called Nintendo San Francisco, put a lot of effort into that one, boys, will open in 2025 as the second official location in the US, joining the store in New York City. Nintendo asked fans to please stay tuned for more information as the new store opening approaches. For years now, Nintendo New York has been the lone official retail space for Nintendo in the United States. It's nice to see Nintendo branching out and giving the West Coast its own store as well. Now we just need them to put a store in the middle of the country. So yeah, they are just obviously opening up another store in San Francisco. I don't know when it's going to be like completely opening. It says it'll open in 2025. So we don't know like a date. We don't know if it's going to be early 2025 or late 2025. I mean, they might open it in kind of regards to the release of the Switch 2 and maybe do like loads of Switch 2 testing and stuff there as well, like demos and everything for new games could be at this store, because obviously then everybody's going to flock to it. But either way, good news if you are living in or around the San Francisco area. You're going to be getting a new Nintendo store kind of appearing in the next year. But either way, that's going to be most of the information for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying to 500 likes. It does really help out the video. Of course, leave your thoughts on everything that we've covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on the new store opening? What are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch being the best-selling console of all time in Japan? And do you think it's going to make itself the best-selling console in the world of all time? Do you think it is going to beat the PS2? We shall have to wait and see. And then also, what are your thoughts on all the Pokemon sales, and also the Pokemon Go events, and of course the 7-star raid event as well for Swampert? What do you think the next 7-star raid is going to be after this one? Again, it's probably going to be one of the starters that we've just spoke about at the start of the video that hasn't already had a 7-star. I don't think the legendaries will happen until all of the starters are done. And again, they're probably going to throw in like mass outbreaks in there as well. So yeah, it's going to obviously be 10 weeks at least of raids, but yeah, probably a little bit more like 15, because like I said, they're going to throw other stuff in there as well, which hopefully pushes us to at least the next Legends ZA trailer or something like that. But either way, that's all that. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.